So the last time we saw him in public, it was this moment when he was climbing into the presidential SUV 5 days ago.
Now,
first he had to navigate the stairs.
Oh, yeah. I want to point out that he's wearing a hat. Please keep that in mind.
Okay.
And we'll revisit that later. Where are the tinted windows, by the way? We shouldn't even see him struggle getting into this vehicle.
Yeah. Strange.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where do I go? In the door of the vehicle, Mr. President.
Do we know where this was, Chris? I still have not been able to establish that.
It was said it was like Dover, but I don't know if that's Dover Air Force Base.
Okay. So this is after Las Vegas?
This is after Las Vegas, yes.
Okay, now keep that in mind as well as we proceed during our story time. This is...
Yeah, because there's something interesting involving his trip to Vegas. And then, okay, so it takes him, 20 minutes to get into the car. It's just unbelievable.
I think he's still trying to get in the car.
Sure is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, remember the agent has to help his feet and whatnot?
We should get Lee Greenwood to do play-by-play for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, this is...
But he made it.
It's like getting a toddler in your car.
Or worse. Mm-hmm. I could get a toddler. I could into the car seat in quicker time than that. Yeah. So yesterday afternoon, there was talk on social media that people are wondering if Joe Biden was incapacitated somehow or if he was even alive.
Yeah, I mean, there were plenty of rumors abound, and we didn't know. Where's Joe? We got only evidence that there was proof of life was a letter that was signed electronically that didn't match his signature, a tweet that didn't sound like him endorsing Kamala, and we're like, yeah. By the way, thank you for this, Joe. This is this is what was going on the old internet searches yesterday. Google searches for "Is Biden dead?" and "donate to Kamala." As you can see, by the end of the day, "Is Biden dead?" was outpacing it by about 3 or 4 to 1 there.
Really something.
Yeah.
We're in really interesting, historic, unprecedented times.
Yeah.
So he showed up at an event late in the day. Sort of. Kamala Harris was at Biden campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware, and that's now her campaign headquarters. The campaign money that was his is now hers, apparently.
Yeah.
Because she was on the ticket, so they can just transfer those funds. If that was let's say it was Gavin Newsom, you'd have to donate all of that to the Democrat Party or some PAC because you can't give it to the candidate.
And then that would, of course, change the advertising rates. If a PAC is buying it as opposed to the campaign. So this was the path of least resistance as far as money, and we know that that is the primary goal of all politicians. And so although she may not be the most electable, it at least enabled the cash to stay in the same coffers.
So at the Delaware campaign headquarters, she was there to talk to campaign staff and volunteers. So that's exciting. I'm sure they were thrilled to have her around.
Of course.
Oh, they had to love that. They had to love that.
They clapped. As soon as they saw her, they were joyous.
There you go.
They were clapping.
There you go. They love her to pieces. And then Joe called in.
Ooh.
I know yesterday's news was surprising, and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me to help us win this thing, help me get this nomination, help me win the nomination, and then go on to win the presidency.
The thing,
but you're an amazing.
His voice sounds slurred. I don't care what anybody says.
Great. I think we made the right decision.
I believe the man had a stroke. That is my...
You think? It might be that. I've been kind of wondering. Something happened in Las Vegas.
Yes.
There was a medical emergency of some kind. They canceled everything. He was supposed to do a bunch of other events. Nope, can't do any of it. Instead, we're going immediately to the hospital. So they were clearing that path. Then they decided, nope, we're going back east. We're going home. And so they cleared the path then to the airport, and he flew out. And nobody has seen him since.
Not only he flew out, they went so fast that the reporter said the plane was shaking.
Yeah. Yeah, they said they've never taken off an Air Force One that quickly from an airport.
And then
the flight that went back east was, like you said, the reporter, I believe, from the
Daily Mail
was saying this is wild.
Interesting.
And so...
and the flight only took 3 hours and 58 minutes to go from Las Vegas all the way to Dover. That's what is believed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and by the way, my whole theory on the hat is whenever we do see him again in public, don't be surprised if he's wearing a hat and I'm completely this is just my assumption. Mm-hmm. I think he had a stroke. Listen closely to the clips that we have here. If it's him, could be AI. There's some people who think that. But if it's him, then he sounds slurred and maybe he hit his head. I really don't know. But
something happened.
He's not all there, which is saying something. Even for him.
I think something beyond COVID happened.
Oh, for sure. Because
I don't believe it's COVID.
That's why I asked Chris, where was the SUV thing? Because after that happened, after he was diagnosed with COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if he had COVID or not, but aren't you wearing a mask and stuff to protect your Secret Service agents? I mean, I thought this entire Democrat Party, everyone just loved their masks. So I don't know, man. But are we ever going to know? But yesterday was just another bizarre day in 2024 America.
Yeah. So he called in and he talked for a minute about what he did, stepping aside.
And listen to the voice. I'm telling you, it's slurred.
Listen to him.
Joe, are you watching? You hear this clapping? Can you see it?
I'm watching.
I know it. It is so good to hear.
I'm watching. You're watching. Was it carried live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on TV.
And Kamala asked, we just saw that. She also said, I know you're still on the wreck. What is she about to?
She's okay. So
on
she's
the call.
On the call.
She doesn't know what this is.
She's thinking, is this a recording? This is kind of feeding into the conspiracy theory that this wasn't him.
Yeah.
So just play the clip, please.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call. And we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do.
Yeah,
they truly are like family to us.
Oh, yeah.
And we everybody here.
You're a bad liar.
It's mutual.
It's mutual.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe.
What a beautiful love
so
fest.
Gross.
Isn't that so? It's beautiful. It's breathtakingly gorgeous.